up your coat. Don't forget your hat and leave your worries. Leave them on the doorstep, life's sweet. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. How about a zoodle that pitter pat? You know that happy tune is your step. Life's all right if you dig that beat on the sunny side of the street. Used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. What a drag, old man, getting caught in the shade. Get hip, don't be afraid. Move it on over, kill yourself in the clover. Only here for a cent, who cares? Rich as Rockefeller, can't be beat. Gold dust round my feet on the sunny side of the street. To walk in the shade with my blues on parade. What a drag, old man, getting caught in the shade. Get hip, don't be afraid. Move it on over, kill yourself in the clover. Only hit for a cent, who cares? Rich as Rockefeller, can't be beat. Gold dust round my feet on the sunny side of the street. That's all I want to know, and what they're saying. Say it isn't so. That's all I want to know. And what they're saying, say it isn't so. And what they're saying, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so.
Carolyn, LaTanya, Kat, Catherine. So I'm curious, when you're putting together a harmony like that, what do you listen for? Whether you're the arranger or just these individual voices, because you're three very distinct individuals who then become a fourth voice when you sing together. So how do you do that?
I just listen to them.
Right? We started singing together quite a few years ago, and the first time that we made sound as a group, we realized that it was really something special. And we wanted to keep doing it as much as we possibly could.
It's way beyond music theory. I mean, they were rehearsing, and Kat wanted to change a note. And they went back, and the note you changed was like fractionally higher than what you were singing just before. Yeah. But somehow when you came to that note in that moment, I felt the chill go through me from that harmony, you know, and that's the only way you can do it. It doesn't come down to what the actual notes are. It's how those is you three together come together.
We understand each other musically very well, so it's a joy.
So when you think about songs you want to sing together, you think of both of them.
Yes.
Yes.
The question to all of you is actually true.
Almost. I mean,
Okay.
we all contract a lot of things, a lot of gigs, and these are my first calls.
Yes. Yes.
This is always the goal.
Yes.
We have to sing with other people. I want to be with them.
And you know, when they were singing with Steely Dan too, when I saw them, it was like they even had all that down. You know, it's like Babylon Sisters, shake it. You know.
Listen, when it works, it works. This works.
When I saw them, I knew them all. I knew them all individually, and I went backstage and I said, "I have this jazz festival. Why don't you put together an act? You know, we've been talking about this." I said, "Well, why don't you call it the Steely Girls? You know, you can't do that, copyright infringement or something like that." But
We came up with a better name.
Yes.
La Caca.
La Caca. I like that.
You came up. That's yours.
So, you know, they played at Mohunk, and then they played the Jazz at Lincoln Center concert, and a lot of it was the stuff you first sang when you were a kid with your mom and Cy Oliver, the arranger, and his wife.
Yes,
and
yes.
That's what you just were doing,
That's
right?
that's what this project started out in the 1980s when Cy Oliver rearranged a lot of his, several of his things that he had arranged for Tommy Dorsey and Jimmy Lunsford orchestras, and just kind of inverted them up so the three of us could do it. So we were Lil Cat Carr, my mother was Carlene, so it was something like that. So we didn't actually have a name, but we performed some of this material in 1988, something like that, at the Universal Jazz Coalition when it was on Lafayette Street in Manhattan. So with Kobe Narita. So it actually had one performance then.
What about Ella? When did Ella impact the three of you?
I used to, watch. I was a TV variety show fanatic. So every time Ella was on TV, I was so happy that I got to hear her in the morning on the radio and then see her and actually hear her do what I couldn't believe she was doing live, And so I would say I was a kid.
You must have met her, did you?
I never did. And then every time I went to buy a ticket for her show in later years, she was sold out. So I never got to Never got to hear her live.
Catherine's father was Louis Russell, who was the musical director for Louis Armstrong. So you knew him.
I did know him.
What about you, LaTanya?
Well, my dad was a jazz pianist, and so I grew up with all the great ladies of song being played in our house. But whenever he put on Ella, he would always say to me, "Listen up. That's what you need to study." So her voice is always the voice I hear in my head when I'm trying to learn music. That timbre, that sense of phrasing, her freeness, her improvisation has always stuck with me.
And you, Carolyn?
I have a different story. Well, because I was doing more, I was following my dad to every gig he did, and he was working with Tony Bennett, Peggy Lee, and Sarah Vaughan, and they were phenomenal, of course, but I was a kid, and I was listening to, like, New Edition and Chaka Khan. So when I started doing gigs with my dad, I was just interpreting jazz a whole other way. So he said, "Stop! Listen to Ella!" And I was like, "Oh, man." So at first I did it kind of like it was force-fed, but it was interesting. I mean, I can say it honestly because I remember when it changed. Like at first I didn't get it, and then one day when I got it, I was like, whoa. And then it just became so powerful, you know. And I mean, the thing is, it always comes back to Ella. Whatever you're doing, you know, as a singer, as an improviser, an arranger, it's just her stuff is so phenomenal. So
And her sweetness,
yeah.
which you all have too. And we'll talk some more with Catherine and LaTanya, but right now, Carolyn, you're up front.
All right. Oh, sure. Actually, I have a question, Michael. Mr.
Yes,
Boyd.
yes.
Yeah, I was doing research, a little bit of research for the tune that I'm about to sing. And I believe, was this from the same show as On the Sunny Side of the Street? I posed that question to you.
Which song are you doing?
Exactly like you.
Oh, exactly like you.
Same composers, Jimmy McHugh, Dorothy Fields.
I don't know.
I know. Well, I'm putting it out there.
Those songs around that time were done Tin Pan Alley and sold as sheet music, and then they would show up in reviews and sometimes in musicals, and then they went every which way that McHugh and Dorothy Fields could get people to sing them. And they've lasted this long because that's why they're called standards. So there you go.
Good point. All right. I used to have a perfect sweetheart, not a real one, just a dream. A wonderful vision of us as a team. Can you imagine how I feel now? Love is real now. It's ideal. You're all that I wanted, and now it's nice to live. Paradise to live. Da-da-da, da-da-da, ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da. Know why I've been blue. Prayed each night for someone exactly like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two? No one does those love scenes exactly like you. You make me feel so grand, I want to give the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little scheme. I'm scheming, dream, I'm dreaming now. I know my mother taught me to be true. She meant me for someone exactly like you. I know why I waited. No,
This is another one of Ella's signature tunes, almost, but actually any tune she sang could be her signature tune. But I think you guys will know this one.
Hey, ra-do-do-do-do, 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 ra-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, ra-do-do-do-do, 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 ra-do-do-do-do-do. So we're calling Opus 1. Come on, let's yawn and jump. Hey, 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 it's Opus 1. There ain't no time to slump, no slump. Are you ready? Ready? Do-do-do-do-do, ra-do-do-do-do, 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 ra-do-do-do-do-do-do. Well, I'm racking my brain to think of a name to give to this tune so Frankie can croon, and maybe old Bing will give it a fling,
And that'll start everyone humming the thing.
the melody's down, repeat and repeat, and if you can hum, it's got a good beat, and that's the main thing to make with the feet, 'cause rockin' rhythm's ruling the day. So we call it Opus 1, not for Sammy K. Sammy K. It's Opus 1. Time to swing our sway away. Maybe if Mr. D.D. could play it in G, and Ray Anthony, he can rock it for me. Look out, no doubt, it's Opus 1. Enter the set, you can hear him shouting one more time. Opus 1.
That's another Cy Oliver
Yes.
classic. Yeah, he knew.
Cy
how.
Oliver Trummy Young.
He was a nice cat. When I first moved here, I worked at Murder Inc., the mystery bookstore, and Cy was a regular customer. He's one of those cats you just meet and you just sort of want to bow before when you meet, because he's such a gentleman, you know. And great. So I'm going to tell you one Ella thing, and I'm curious about your reactions to this. I'm interviewing Mel Torme, and Mel was a great singer, a great arranger, actually. I think that was his greatest gift. And so much. And we're talking, and he was talking about Ella, saying Ella was the greatest singer of the 20th century. And he said, and this is a quote, Ella had the best ears of the 20th century. And then he said, a matter of fact, he said, but she wasn't a musician. What? He goes, well, she didn't play an instrument. Carmen played the piano. Sarah played the piano, but Ella didn't play. She wasn't a musician. She didn't play an instrument. She's the instrument. I said, Ella was the instrument. And, you know, there's no such thing as a Yamaha strep throat. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your instrument besides know how to do what she did. And of course, I do think it was cool that he mentioned ears as opposed to chops, because she could hear what she was doing and wanted to do. The other thing on that story is that Mel Torme was a great singer and a vainglorious putz at the same time. But what do you think about the musicianship? When you listen to Ella doing things, sometimes the unlettered, as it were, you want to call them, they can do things musically. You go, how the hell did they do that? Where did that come from?
That's a common misconception about singers.
Yeah.
And we are all musicians. They happen to be instrumentalists. And as you said, this is our instrument. But she was very much like a horn player and could stand toe-to-toe with the greatest horn player as an improviser. So to say that she's not a musician, I think does her a great disservice.
Yeah. Well, You have more to do? You should do this as an album. You should do an album just whatever the hell you're all going to do. You should all do something. I don't even care what you do, so long as the three of you make an album.
I plan on that.
That we can play. Whose turn is it now?
It's my turn.
Oh, it's the saloon moment of the show. She's going to sing a saloon song. LaTanya.
So apparently, this next song was said to be Ella's favorite. And she loved it so much that she recorded it 4 different times on 4 different albums. This is a beautiful ballad by Matt Dennis. Ever had the feeling that the world's gone and left you behind? Ever had the feeling that you're that close to losing your mind? You look around each corner, hoping that he's there. You try to play it cool, perhaps pretend that you don't care. But it doesn't do a bit of good. You've got to seek till you find, or you'll never unwind. Try to think that love's not around. Still it's uncomfortably near. My old heart ain't gaining no ground, because my angel eyes ain't angel eyes that old devil sent. They glow unbearably bright. Need to say that my love's misspent with angel eyes tonight. So drink up all you people, honor anything you see. Have fun, all you happy people. The drinks and the laughs on me. Pardon me, but I've got to run. The facts uncommonly clear. Gotta find who's now number one. And why my angel eyes ain't here. Excuse me while I disappear. Angel eyes, angel
yes, yes.
Thank you. So we're going to let this amazing band. We're going to let this amazing band do a tune for you. Again, another one of Ella's classics.
Mark McLean on the drums. Tal Ronan on the bass. John DiMartino on the piano. How High the Moon, indeed. After Ella sang Mac the Knife in Berlin, how was she going to top that? She sang How High the Moon. It just blew the roof off, you know. So who's going to top How High the Moon? Catherine Russell.
This is, I guess, Ella might have been best known for doing this with Joe Pass. And it's also one of my husband's favorite songs. He's been trying to get me to sing this for a long time. You turned the tables on me, and now I'm falling for you. You turned those tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. I always thought when you brought the precious presents you bought, why hadn't you brought me more? And now when you come, I'd welcome anything from the 5 and 10 cent store. You used to call me the child. You put me up on a throne and let me fall with a drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over and over, I got what was coming to me. Just like the sting of a bee, you turned the tables on me.
I've heard all three of these wonderful singers for a long time, and I think they sound better tonight than I've ever heard any of you.
Thank you, Michael.
Sounded great. So I was saying before that I went to the Beacon, and there all three of them were singing with Steely Dan. When you're a band and you're backing up somebody, you're backing up. You're playing for someone, not necessarily always with someone. Well, when you're singers like that, you're also singing someone else's song. So but I have a feeling that Walter and Donald encouraged you to bring as much of yourselves into their songs. Is that true?
When we're backing them up, we're a section, but we are still individually expressing ourselves, I feel, through their music. And I think they always supported that, in musicians.
Also, I mean, I do think that when we three did it together, it was a very, very good fit. I mean, I remember being backstage, just running parts with Donald, and he stopped and he was like, "You guys should be a band." I mean, we just, he appreciated it because he's a jazz musician at heart, and then it was a wonderful time being a section together singing his music, because it just...
Very jazz infused, the songs of Steely Dan, and the surreal lyrics. I've always have wondered, when you've gone into that first time you were rehearsing with somebody and you look at the sheet and you go, who the hell are the Babylon Sisters? And why are they shaking it? But that's the lyric, that's your whole part. Anyway, we lost Walter Becker earlier this year, who was just, together they were more than individually. They were both wonderful, and together I just have always loved the Steely Dan songs. And you're actually going to sing one of Donald's songs here at the last. But you always think, every once in a while, you listen to Joe Bean or a Stephen Sondheim song, and you think, oh, what it would have been like if Nat Cole recorded that, or if Ella Fitzgerald had recorded that. Or if Ella ever had sung, what would she have done with the Babylon Sisters? It would have been hip, whatever it was. Here's what they're doing.
Some say that we're reckless. They say we're much too young. Tell us to stop before we've begun. We've got to hold out till graduation. Try to hang on, Maxine. The world is sleeping. We meet at Lincoln Mall. Talk about life, the meaning of it all. Try to make sense of the suburban sprawl. Try to hang on, Maxine. Mexico City is like another world. Nice this year, they say.
You be my senorita in jeans and pearls.
But first, let's get off this highway,
We'll move up to Manhattan and fill the place with friends. Drive to the coast and drive right back again. One day we'll wake up, make love until then. Try to hang on, Maxine.
Carolyn Leonhart, LaTanya Hall, Catherine Russell, Mark McLean, Tal Ronan, John DiMartino, Bonnie and Yamaha, and all of you.